Hello, all you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Lost in Chaos Scar. This is Squirrel's Adventures, the story of the time where he was apart from the main campaign, or the main group. Though that particular part of his story is finished, so now we're in what-if scenarios, exploring what could have gone differently had we taken different routes. This is What If number 9, Draconic Therapy Part 2. We shall begin as we usually do with introductions. Though I do also want to say that Wicked Whiskers is here doing art again. You'll see their art here in a few moments after our beginning art scroll. But go ahead with your intro, Enja.
Hello and good day. I will be your storyteller for this evening, Enja Lumerias. Play the allies, I play the enemies, and I orchestrate all manner of events, be they for the benefit of our players or for alternative reasons. But for now, I shall pass it over to Aquarelle.
Hello, y'all. I am IDDoThings, or Ido if you prefer, and tonight I'll be playing Aquarelle, the water and dark type human samurai, and the serious one of the party. Okay, on to Raharu.
Hello everybody, I'm Raharu, and I'll be playing Elvaroda, or Elva for short, the water ground type quagsire and the bookworm of the party. What you, Gimund?
Hi, I'm Gimund, and I'm playing Pyroclast, the sometimes dark, sometimes ghost, fire Charmeleon. At this bit, he is ghost fire. Onto the scroll with the tip gold.
Oh yeah, I do need to update that. But yeah, I am Razim, and I am playing as Squirrel, the dragon fighting type Riolu, and embodiment of ADHD. Go ahead, Verdant.
Hello, I am Drunk Dragonair, and I'm going to be playing Verdant, the Fire Psychic Charizard. Yeah.
That's to the point.
Alright. And, well, I don't want to make Enja keep doing the recap and setting the scene and stuff, so, go for it, Pyro!
So, after, well, actually, no. We, I think we're invited to the warehouse by, I don't remember everything, but I do remember the warehouse bit.
I can try taking over if you need. I mean, technically it is fair, because I'm typically late on the Wednesday game, so I don't think I ever have to do the recap there.
Would you like a reminder? Yes, you were all gathered to go to the warehouse for Draconic therapy.
Drunk
Yeah.
dragon era tipped $5. Tradra
My. But, yes. Then, while you were there, you found...
Gimund tipped $10. Traditional interruptions.
There's another one coming, so...
Oh.
Sorry, I had to.
A generous bestowal.
Re-tipped $20. Ask not for whom tradition tolls.
Thank you, Era, Gimund, and Raijin for those tips.
I just think it's been...
I think that would be the first 2 tiers of the tip goal completed. Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Thank you very much for the support, everyone. Now I
Just know
think you're
that-
safe for the moment.
It went 5, 10, 20, so it keeps on doubling. So whoever goes next has to donate $40. I don't make the rules.
Mhm.
But yeah, she invited us to the warehouse after our semi-successful trip through the dungeon because we didn't fail the dungeon, but we were kind of forced out of it because Vex broke the rules. Because he went off on his own.
He did indeed break the rules. And for that, he needed to be in timeout.
Yeah, so as a bit of a consolation prize,
IDDoThings tipped $15. Sorry, I don't
miss.
have
Oh.
$40.
Not enough
Razin
ale.
Ooh, a twofer. Voice lines on top of each other.
Thank you for that tip as well, Ido. That is the third tier of the tip goal completed. On to the last one.
A gleaming.
Never mind!
Raharu 95 tipped $40. I guess these are the rules.
Thank you so much, Raharu.
You're welcome.
That is the tip goal fully completed.
Oh. Okay then. Neat.
Thumbs up.
plus 15
Why
extra.
why do I persist in being surprised? The answer is I cannot do otherwise. I cannot do.
Are you feeling the love, Enja?
I suppose.
Or do we have to throw more money into this donation pit?
Wait, hold on.
Feel the love.
Hold on. I haven't been able... The truth is, I haven't been able to pay him for a bit because my finances have been really tight.
Well, all right.
But
Well, in that regard, then by all means persist because one,
No.
some of you might be aware, but I used to do these games effectively for free. The money is nice, but like it's not my sole focus. But I suppose if he needs it, then by all means persist.
So, am I safe now?
Define safe.
Fair.
you're in a tabletop game. You're never safe.
Can you give me the exact timestamp when someone lied to you?
About 6 seconds ago.
Gimund.
Uh-oh.
Why are you considering yourself safe ever? Alright, I'll return him to being able to do things. Not to ID things, but being able to do things.
You broke him, Era. We need him to do the recap.
Well, I thought Enja was taking over and doing some reminders, so...
Right.
Ah.
Okay. Following this, Squirrel was not completely interested in all the things that were on offer here, so he was taken to another room where it was more to his style, let's say. And to his style it was, as it was filled with metals. Aquarelle was also less interested in a room full of money. He'd been to a treasury before. Verdant was also not really improving, but dopamine's dopamine.
Look, man, the rain just didn't stop coming, okay?
Yes. In fact, he only seemed to be growing wider as he stretched his body and his tail to drape himself over all the valuables in the room, as if becoming a cat with their semi-liquid bodily abilities. For maximum spread. Then, Pyro brought some curious stones to Shia's attention after Squirrel collected some metal that he wanted to do things with. There was a nice selection of ores, after all. And it turns out that there are some gems that are not type gems, but have like trace amounts of type energy. Not much, but it's something. It's certainly a far cry from a held item, but you could probably do something with it. And so the forging began. And after Squirrel's spiral of power was quietly renamed.
The greatest
He
betrayal
managed to
of all
socket.
time.
He managed to get some sockets into his weapons to put the type gems. And then Shia brought Verdant some food and learned a little bit more about the situation, to which she is holding her tongue so that she may remain a good example, lest she say something that might be considered improper.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure the rest of the party was already thinking it.
Everybody
Except-
was thinking it.
Well,
Nobody has yet to say it.
Wait, what were we thinking?
about Vex's mother.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now you remember.
Also, Enja, should I tell the audience what the band actually does?
Ah, yes, by all means. Because this is now a personal item for Pyro.
You mean the spiral of sparkly power?
Well, first I'll say what the spiral of sparkly power would have done. It would have just boosted his soul save by 1.
Which is not bad.
However, once I had Shia rename it, it's +1 to soul save and +1 to physical and special damage on fire and ghost type attacks.
Personal items gain more power via attack. Oh no. Who did we lose?
I don't think we lost anyone.
Oh,
At least I don't see
but-
anybody missing.
must have just been me then. Oh, someone left the streaming room. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, personal items depend on the attachment. If he hates the name, that interferes with it a little bit.
I see. Interesting.
Squirrel worked so hard on it. I
worry.
came up with a really cool name for it.
Yes, after you wanted to embed it in his body in a permanent fashion.
What?
Oh, you don't remember.
No, Elva
No,
was not
Elva
here
wasn't
last
here.
week.
I
That's
was not.
right.
Yeah, I was not here last week. I was sick, sadly.
Fair.
Elba was Wikipedia was sleeping.
Yeah,
Well,
Quack.
he wanted to give him a piercing with a mattock on his horn. And then he wanted to put
Hey.
spikes in it.
It
He
wasn't.
also wanted to.
It wasn't Squirrel's fault that Pyro was very unclear as to what he wanted with this.
Yes, thankfully seems to be becoming fairly fluent in Squirrel.
Also, he almost made it out of lead.
What? Oh no.
Well, Pyro told him that he wanted something that he could use, and he wanted to be more ranged. So Squirrel figured, hey, lead will help keep him in place. This metal's really heavy. It'll help.
It also didn't help that Pyro had one of his little bits right after Squirrel talked to him.
I sees. I think I understand.
Then there was the bit where Squirrel actually dove into Pyro's pile to try and grab his horn to test whether it was rigid or not.
Very well.
I see. I see.
Yes, Elva is learning so much today.
Indeed.
Crackopedia is being updated.
Just a lot of shenanigans were happening while Elbow was sleeping. Fantastic.
This is what you get for sleeping.
Yes, and
Squirrel has a
Shia is
-1.
teaching. No, she is teaching Squirrel about smithing, as it seems that she is actually fairly accomplished in most regards and has just settled for jewelry crafting.
That's pretty cool.
The spiral is also almost made out of cobalt ore because it is delightfully blue. Until she informed Squirrel that there are many metals that must be handled with care, like cobalt ore. That is, while the metal is in itself not inherently toxic, when being processed, it emits a toxic fume.
Oh no.
So it has to be handled with care.
And I
or
believe we
somewhere
went.
with plenty of ventilation and masks.
And I believe we went with platinum in the end.
I do believe so.
Yep.
Oh, and for the audience, it's been renamed to the Chaos Band.
Ooh.
It boosts fire and ghost. That seems fairly apocalyptic to me.
So, Elba, this is kind of what I meant when I said at that Pyroclast might end up breaking Squirrel's heart later.
Oh.
Whenever Squirrel
Yeah.
finds out, and I'm certain he will, it is going to be an overwhelmingly crushing situation. One that he may not recover from.
I see.
It's sort of like how Verdant put it. Pyroclast is basically the teenager who was given something by his younger brother, but kind kind of changes it a little bit.
That's adorable.
I definitely would not say it's adorable. I would say it's mean. Squirrel worked hard on making the best item, the best thing that he could. And Gimund just immediately renamed it.
Squirrel's got a new thing to be upset for forever.
Boy, he's just collecting these like trading cards.
Indeed.
Also new canvas.
Oh no.
You okay, Ido?
Yeah.
I think this is a very
Oh.
sad squirrel.
There is a
Oh, no.
chance.
Aww.
There's some-
Pat's the squirrel.
I think Squirrel's gonna need counseling from Papa Verdant.
You're asking the guy that just found out that his son was left by his ex in a dangerous dungeon and just miraculously happened to run into him to go and be mental health counseling right now?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
You know, the guy that's been sitting in the rain for the last several hours, sulking like a proper adult.
Well, someday it'll stop raining. He just needs to be given his time and more dopamine and things to lay on and food.
Yes, more therapy.
Food does fix many problems.
Kept us dragging some ice cream.
The whole gallon will do.
Just one.
Well, I don't know how much ice cream exists in this town.
That may be a luxury product, correct?
When you
Yeah,
said
I
that,
don't think the children who live there are going to be happy with Verdant taking it all.
when you said that Burden was sitting was sitting on the rain, I just couldn't help but imagine the first few sentences of Didos's "Take You" lyrics playing in the background.
What song?
Dido, take you. My tea's gone cold. I wonder why. I'm
Oh, I
cut
don't know
out
about
of bed at all. Oh, you never heard it? Fair enough.
No, I've heard it. My dad was a huge Beatles fan. I've heard way too much of the Beatles.
Ah, fair. Oh no,
So-
not Beatles. Dido. Sorry,
Oh,
that's the singer's name.
Raijin sent it to me. I am not familiar with the song, no.
Ah, fair enough. Anyways,
Not quite the song that was in my head.
so what's happening next with the recap? Are we still in the recap?
No, I think we're ready to begin.
Fair.
Actually, some stuff with Aquarelle. He took one of the fairy stone for himself, and I think he was having his swords. I was hoping he temper his swords with carbon steel or something.
Yes.
We hadn't gotten through it yet in session, but I think that was what we agreed upon.
Yes. They were burning things for carbon steel.
Okay.
The remainder of well, might as well recycle what was left of her former workstation.
Makes sense to me.
So yeah, we were going back to Shia's place.
Yep.
So, where shall we begin? As I believe we ended it off with everyone having a nice long sleep.
Squirrel, what time do you wake me up? Again?
Whenever his watch goes off.
I buy him a watch.
Why'd you buy him a watch and then set the time for the time you did?
To get you on a schedule, but I didn't think I was going to be holden to the same schedule. Like every parent, I have made that mistake.
Alright, come on, Verdant, it's time for exercise.
Yes, I'm waking up the children's. Let's see, we got
Bounce.
we got Squirrel. We need a little Eevee, and then we need a Vex. Yeah. I'm not doing this alone. The children are coming with.
Elba was probably sleeping right next to Bex, and well, Lap is always sleeping on top of him. So Tinover is just cuddling up together.
Fine, just no one Squirrel then.
Alright, so we gotta go do this, and then that, and then this. Verdant, you're not doing it!
Verdant giving Squirrel the look to remind him that he's got short legs. He cannot grab his foot and lift it that high. It doesn't work like that.
Nyan. Ah. What are you two doing at the moment? Elba says groggily as he comes towards you guys.
Lap. Oh, Noah said he had a new move to show me, so I've been trying to practice it. I'm really not figuring it out, though. I don't know how to do it like he does.
Lap is saying this?
No, that's Vex.
Okay.
Lap is just, I've been staring in horror.
Elba blinks. What kind of move has he been teaching you?
Alright, well, first you turn your back on someone and then you walk towards them slowly.
Elba just proceeds to slap his forehead with his own flipper. Bex, I must ask you for a favor right this instant.
Yes.
Please forget everything and anything and everything about that move.
I'll try. I keep tripping over my own tail, so I'm not very good at it.
Elba gives a flipper up. What happened while I was asleep? Ugh. I swear things just seem to get chaotic when I'm not observing. Still though, where are the others?
Oh, did they leave already?
Yes. I mean, and we were all. I was asleep a moment ago. Yes. Like I'm surprised you were. I'm surprised you were awake before I was. Slap.
I'm always asleep. And then I wake up.
Oh, but nuts. Kidding. I guess we should go and find them then. Come on. Then Elva's gonna go ahead and trying to find the others.
Aquarelle isn't really that hard to find. He's off to himself, but he's kind of just near the well outside, doing some meditation.
Probably not having a very easy time considering, Squirrel and Verdant are out there doing the training exercises.
Probably.
Verdant, you're supposed to put your legs out and then drop.
Verdant just staring at him, watching him do the splits, shaking his head, holds up a thing that says, "I cannot do that."
Well, yeah, because you haven't been training. Clearly, you let yourself go to waste.
Exasperated sigh.
Now is Crow the one that's insulting that is actually insulting Burden. It is infectious.
Well, the
Verdant
difference...
tries to write out for the 7th time to state that not all body styles are capable of all things.
Yes, such as Vex cannot do Noah's move.
He shouldn't attempt to.
He keeps tripping on his own tail, trying to walk backwards.
Well, the difference here is Squirrel's not trying to insult. He is just trying to motivate. But he also believes in Verdant and believes that Verdant can pull these things off. He does not understand that maybe, in fact, Verdant can't.
Literally feels literally physically impossible. Or I mean, I guess it is physically possible, but I think he'll end up dislocating some joints while he does so.
Yeah. Squirrel just thinks Verdant needs motivation and that he can do it.
Verdant's never going to win this
pretty
argument.
low right now.
What was that, Enja?
His motivation is pretty low for most things right about now.
Okay, can you at least do these? They're called jumping jacks? Who's Jack?
Verdant nods, then shrugs. He can kind of do those. He has somewhat long enough arms, almost, maybe.
Okay, and jump, and jump, and jump.
Help me, eyes. What have I done?
All right, you need to jump. You need to lift your body off the ground.
I have wings, I can cheat. Nobody needs to know that I'd been using telekinesis this entire time. I ain't meaning to cause no earthquakes here, man. Where's Pyroclast at?
Probably somewhere breaking Squirrel's heart even more.
Everybody's arriving in the middle of you guys doing your exercise. He's calling out to you guys. Hey guys, I'm awake now. What's up?
Good morning, Elva. Perfect timing. Get over here. Come join us. Morning exercises. Yeah.
Eva tilts his head. Lap, I think you're gonna have to get off my head right now.
Slowly withdraws himself and then looks over Shia. Is that a sweet potato? To which Shia raises a brow and says, well, that was a sweet potato. You've already grabbed 2. So you saw that. Of course I did. Smallest of eye narrows. He does not like someone who can see him in the act.
Elba's coming over with bags to see what the exercises are about.
Same thing as every morning, except for Squirrel's improving very quickly, and Verdant cannot bend certain ways.
Funnily enough, I think Bags will be able to do the exercise better than Burden just because of the body proportions.
And now Weird Al Yankovic is in my head.
And Elba can do that no problem. I mean, he may have trouble when it comes to exercises that involve legs, but once with arms, no problems.
Yeah, about half of them are with legs.
He'll try.
Skipping. There is no skipping anything when it comes to a Riolu's training regimen. Elba is joining in happily, and he's going to try to mimic the exercise as best as his body allows him to. He's squishy. I think he can kind of contort his body in a way that is able to do it somewhat. And he's actually like enthusiastically trying to do it. All right, and now you gotta stand up straight and reach for the toes. And Squirrel basically bends in half.
Oh, okay, that's easy. Elba does so as well. He literally just he just bends in half. His body is moving up, feeling like looking like it's a bit of a blob.
Verdant, you're not even trying.
You're asking a Charizard to touch his toes. He just looks down and then shakes his head and then pretends to try.
Unfortunately, I have not got quite the right body shape for that.
He'll sit down and then touch his toes. I know he can do it then.
Is Bex trying the exercises?
He is. Unfortunately, he's a little too rounded.
That is true. He's still like gorge himself.
He ate so much.
I almost forgot about that. But he's trying.
All right, and now the favorite one. You gotta pretend like there's a chair behind you and sit.
Well, this one's easy. Verdant just cheats with his tail. Look, Ma, no legs.
And funnily enough, out of all the people out doing exercises at the moment, the only one that would have trouble with this would be Elba. He has no tail. He'll probably try and like can't really balance his body and just falls down. But he'll keep trying.
I think I need to look up a Quagsire again.
I'm pretty sure they had tail skills too.
Wait, no,
honestly.
they do hate that. Yeah, they do have tails.
Yeah,
Never
you
mind.
have tails. You don't have legs.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
You are a
I don't
blob
know.
with feet attached.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought I didn't have tail. Never mind. That is, I must be tired right now. You know, never mind. I do have a tail. But yeah, no, I have no legs. I only have feet. Okay, never mind what I said. Just go on.
She is pondering how she might join in these exercises, but being something that walks on four legs, these exercises might be a little difficult.
Are you talking about Shia here?
Yes.
Huh. You know,
Oh.
I thought that Shia was another two-legged Ninetales.
No, that was just the queen.
Ah, fair enough.
Oh, I thought she was two-legged too, so I was confused for a moment.
No,
Not fair.
that's why she uses her tails for a lot of things. No hand.
Fair enough. Good to know. Actually.
Tails and psychic power.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Nobody needs to know I'm cheating, except the entire audience.
She smiles.
And probably everybody except for Squirrel.
Yeah. Ah. No, these kind of exercises are not made for my body type either, but at least I can do some of it. Some of them.
Verdant's gonna write out. So at some point we gotta rediscuss a whole lot of things.
Nuts. Yeah. What do you have in your mind at the moment? I bet there's a lot.
And now laps! And Squirrel takes off running around the house.
Verdant just looks over, then looks back to Elva, and writes out, for some odd reason, I'm thinking of roses and guns.
Elba tilts his head.
That's not a character joke, sorry.
I was about to respond in character. Roses and guns, but why?
I think you have it backwards. Isn't it Guns N' Roses?
No, it is Guns N' Roses.
I know,
but
I'm continuing the stupid joke.
She-
I don't
she
think there's a gun.
ponders, Boy, it's been a long time since I've heard the word gun.
I don't think there's an equivalent in this Pokemon world. That'd be funny if there was. but I can't think of a Pokemon pun off that.
Octillery.
Artillery. I mean, yeah,
And Rosa
artillery.
Rain.
Artillery is the cannon Pokemon, after all.
Pre-evolution
Verdant's going.
is the gun.
What'd you say, Aquarelle?
I said, and its pre-evolution is the gun.
But yeah, Verdant's going to write out. So, how do we tell him? Or do I tell him? Or is this a you thing? Or is this a me thing? Or is this a third party thing?
We may have. We probably may need to just tell it. Try to explain it to him together.
Verdant makes the damn face.
I mean, I could try to do it by myself, but at the same time, I don't think you would want to miss out on that, would you?
Wavers and shakes his head. Sighs. And then writes out, I've missed enough of his life. Looks away before it starts raining again.
Hmm. I'll be honest. If I be honest, I'm not even sure how I'm not even entirely sure how old he is. I can only make a guess that he's around 7, 8, 9, somewhere along those lines.
Enja, Verdant technically retired 3 years ago, or is it longer now?
Yeah, give me an estimate of that so I can correct myself there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one from Enja. Enja.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are we rolling?
I was asking how long Verdant's been forced retired for.
Ah,
If you have an idea.
probably 4, 5 years, maybe.
That
Okay.
would mean that he's around 5 or 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
we're gonna just say 6.
yeah, 5 or 6, and that's what I was saying. Not even sure how old he is. I can only estimate like he's around 5, 6, 7, somewhere along
Verdant.
those lines.
Verdant will just write out 6.
Ah, nuts.
Cause I remember you. Okay, I'm gonna stop bringing up 80s bands now.
We probably should like at least try to run with a Squirrel for now. Otherwise he's just going to lap around for a while and then he's just going to ask us again.
Verdant will let out the sigh. This is one thing he can do, awkwardly. But he's used to doing it in his armor, so he holds up a finger and says, let me get my armor. My
Elba,
little endurance train.
Elba gives a thumbs up. You know, how difficult is it to wear armor? If you don't mind me asking.
Verdant will pause. He'll hold up a finger and he'll go and he'll get his armor. He'll bring it out and he'll start stacking at an Elva to see how long he can stay standing.
I'm going to do a roll for that then.
It is tier 3 balanced armor and it is full plate. So have fun.
That will be body forceful, and what skill would that be for trying to like lift the armor or not topple over trying to carry it?
I
Athletics.
assume it takes.
Yeah.
Athletic. Which Elba has 0 of, so let's see.
And just an aside note, a full suit of armor in real life
Oh,
for a human being is 55 pounds averagely. So in the Pokemon world, Charizard's armor is probably way heavier.
Oh,
Ooh, botch.
extremely.
I had not really that. I was not expecting a good roll, so let's just see what happens.
I don't think Elvis
Okay.
for joining aim in the running.
Not to like
So-
take the armor off him.
So,
No,
were
go ahead.
you trying to pick up Verdant's armor?
No, I think Burden was like put it on top of to see how much he can carry.
I was
Before he
putting
pulls them.
pieces on him bit
Yeah,
by
before-
bit to show him
before-
what it's like to wear this stuff.
Before he topples
Alright.
over.
Well, unfortunately, you started with the breastplate.
Of course.
So not only was it a bit too wide for Elva to get a grasp of, the curves just sort of fell over Elva and are now pinning him to the ground as he is stuck under the breastplate.
Lard.
Oh, are we doing weightlifting now?
Lab.
Verdant shrugs and motions
Yeah.
Squirrel over.
Verdant, give him the backplate.
Verdant's gonna do better. He's gonna pull off some of his tail bands and offer them to Squirrel.
Oh, I wanted him to get pancake.
Elba is crying out for help. Lap, help me.
How am I supposed to lift that?
Verdant will pull it off. That wasn't even the chain.
Oh, right. I have a -1 from the card.
Oh,
What do you mean? What do you
Uh,
mean? How do you
two.
mean? You are.
Go ahead.
Elba's just gonna say, how do you mean? What do you mean? How are you supposed to leave that? You are the muscle of our party. Elba just he just stands up after the armor is off of him and he just catches his breath. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
neat.
So Squirrel got two to apparently haul around some of Verdant's tail bands.
Oh,
I'm tempted to throw the armor in Aquarelle too.
I was just about to say, Squirrel has been hopping over Aquarelle on his, running route.
Hurdles.
Well, Aquarelle probably he would have been in the best assist time for him to do that. He was stretching during that time. Though I'm pretty sure Aquarelle heard Elva get crushed under Verdant's armor and decided to investigate.
Aquarelle, I'm very sorry about what Verdant's about to do to you.
Let me double check where his.
You know, I just imagine that Belba's body is just slightly dented at the moment. Like the armor just dented his body and it hasn't gone back in place yet.
What's going on out here? As Pyroclast opens the door from the house.
Verdant holds up his chest plate like he's about to put it on you.
Edge rattles.
Pyroclast is not exactly the most aware right now.
Good morning, heavy armor.
Because he literally just woke up from all that.
Nah,
Random.
Aquarelle is more fun to do this too.
Run away, Pyro.
I was going to say, who seemed like the most enticing target at the moment?
Aquarelle, because I'm actually thinking that he might actually be able to hold it up.
Oh, I think he could, definitely.
And if he can't,
Okay.
it'd be funny.
Okay, that's it.
If he's aware of anything going on, or what's really going on around here. That was a mind logic insight.
Verdant's armor is heavy.
It is. Quite so, even.
Wait, were you about to put that on me?
Innocent smile.
And now Pyro is stepping back.
Vernon will get his armor on and run with Squirrel before Squirrel explodes. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Let's see if this 10 brings.
Oh.
Ooh.
That brings it to a 5 for athletics.
I'm pretty sure you're fine. I think. This is up to Enja. I have no idea how heavy Verdant's armor actually is. This is literally up to Enja.
I think he would
Hooray!
be able
Oh.
to hoist some pieces.
I'd say it'd still be with some strain.
Pats Elva on the head, continues getting his armor on, letting him wear the chest plate for now.
Elba just wiggles and looks dejected.
Funny thing is, Aquarelle probably wouldn't mind much. He needed to do some training today.
And now high kicks!
Vernon pauses, holds up a sign, but what about running?
Oh, I'm already done. You gotta keep up.
Verdant motions at his armor.
What about it?
He was putting the armor on so he could run.
Oh. That
It's
makes
endurance
sense.
training. It's endurance training for him.
Keep up with this kid.
He is then going to look around. You know, Noah's been very quiet lately. Where is he?
And everybody in the group falls silent.
Aquarelle's going thing.
But the last thing I've heard of Noah is that he was teaching that move that he was trying to teach himself to Bex earlier. And I'm very concerned about that.
I have no idea how he somehow moved at 1/4 speed.
Noah, can you come here? Are you nearby?
Curiously enough, you do not get a response.
Aquarelle pulls his helmet over his eyes.
Noah is not here. He's not responding to you.
Who was speaking to him earlier?
She loudly wondered, where is Noah? It's so unusually quiet, all things considered.
Who was trying to learn?
Such a rambunctious young man.
I mean, who was actually trying to learn the move from him?
Vex.
Oh, Vex.
Yeah, and Elba was saying that out loud.
Vex, did Noah say he was going anywhere?
Let's see. He started looking weird and asked me if I had ever had memories that hadn't happened yet. I didn't.
And
You don't.
go ahead, Pyro.
You don't think he switched states, do you?
As him became white Noah.
Oh,
Ye-
no, it wasn't white. He started turning like muddy and gray.
But blinks, huh?
Gray.
You Aquarelle, you have never heard of this.
Yep, Alcarillo's confused as well.
Vex, did he went anywhere, or did he told you that he was going somewhere?
Nah, he just sat down next to that tree that was by the dungeon before. It just like started to like not respond to me anymore. So I left.
Wait, so he's still just back at the town?
Maybe.
And Alcarillo's immediately setting off in that direction.
Pyroclast is following after.
Same with Verdant.
So is
He'll
Elba.
Pick up Squirrel.
So is Elba, and he's bringing Lappenbex with him. Come on, boys.
Okay. To which Lapis is going to say, Vex, I've got to start teaching you about red flags. Yeah, those are penalties, right? Oh my god.
I mean, he's technically not wrong.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
So what do we find when we get to him? I assume he's in the dungeon entrance, correct?
Yep. And unsurprisingly, he is still there when you arrive, but he does seem out of sorts, as yes, indeed, some patches of him are looking a bit brown, and in other areas the white and black have mixed together to form a very dull gray.
Akaro will approach Noah and attempt to wave his claws in front of him. Noah?
One ear twitches and swivels in your direction.
Are you alright?
As well, he might be hearing you.
Did she follow
She
the
did
group?
follow along.
Aquarelle's going to look to her for help. See if she's familiar with this at all.
She's going to go and do that little ritual again to get him some more food.
Elba will help with that.
One bowl of enigmatic blood later. Well, rather, he kind of just has to hold it under his face for him to like slowly dip forward and just begin sipping.
Slurp.
And 5 slow minutes pass before something occurs. He looks over to Aquarelle, seeming like he's done lagging for a second, but something's new. Rather than those curious little voids he has for eyes, there's a pupil now.
Oh God.
So you can finally tell where he's looking.
I'm sorry, I just as I heard people and immediately thought pupil of human eye rather than normal.
I mean, you're not wrong. There's also the accompanying iris.
You just know with hyper realistic eyes.
No. They are still primarily white and black, but the iris is red.
Are you okay, Noah?
To which Shia seems pleased. She's saying he's starting to look a bit more normal now. Or rather, a little bit more like how he used to look.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna bring up.
Oh yeah.
It's from what you told us, he is starting to look like how you told us when you found him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he wasn't the most stable, but appearance-wise, he was a perfectly normal brown Eevee.
So he's starting to look like like how he used to before. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what to make of that, but that usually would seem like a good thing considering what Noah has been through.
Yeah.
But why now? What's the matter?
Verdon holds up a sign that says shock question mark.
Perhaps. Noah, how are you feeling?
He's going to blink a little and then think about that question.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Out of character reality probably just hit him like a brick out of nowhere.
A little bit.
We all know there's a little bit of lag there.
Bad?
Hmm?
Bad
said-
in
Bad question mark.
bad in what sense?
What should I do if there's people that are mean, but I still want to be nice to them?
Verdant writes out, be nice to them.
Okay.
Be a better person in spite of their teachings.
What is there? Is there any particular people that you're talking about? Like anybody in specific?
I'm starting to remember things a little bit. And I don't understand.
What have you began remembering?
While he's doing that, Verdant's going to plop down, put Squirrel in his lap, and then grab Noah and put him in his lap too.
I don't know why she came here. I don't think I was doing anything that warranted a capture.
Oh, you're starting to remember when you were first kidnapped by the Queen.
Yeah. It was not good. And it was really tense, actually, because there was a lot of people, and I could feel them all looking at me and holding things that weren't part of them.
Holding things that weren't part of them? How so?
Oh, weapons. They had weapons.
Ah. Ah, yeah, makes sense. There was probably a bunch of guards with her.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know, there was something that that bothered me about that whole situation. Why? How did the Queen know that you were here, and why did she came for you? I mean, how did she find out that that you were here this entire time? I mean, this town is supposed to be half hidden. Some
I don't know.
Verdant's going to look at Shia and then head tilt.
She is going to shake her head and say, actually, when they first arrived, let's just say that we had a bit of an altercation.
oh,
As in, I did not let them near my house. And then they, stopped trying to walk past me and started imposing, rather.
they were here specifically for Noah.
It seems so.
Hmm.
They knew exactly what they were looking for.
Which begs the question: how did the Queen know about Noah and got the location to get him? That is what I'm wondering. And well, I suppose you don't know that answer, but now I can't help but wonder how that happened.
Yeah, sorry. I was a bit too busy throwing armored individuals 50 feet back.
No, that's
Ask
understandable.
too many questions.
Verdant's going to
Yeah.
suddenly write out, if they found him once, they can find him again.
Aquarelle will nod.
Well, I got in a fight with them once. I don't think I'll be so easily intimidated the second time around.
Noah's getting a hug.
To which Noah just looks over to her and just starts feeling around her abdomen.
I'll be back ASAP. I need to step away.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
To which he says, I don't think intimidated is the right word. As he's feeling around her torso for something.
Elba's tilting his head. What are you doing, Noah?
Verdun writes out stab wound.
He will then part the fur to indeed find a very long, thin line. As a stab wound might not do it justice, since it extends about 13 inches.
Slash. Oof.
Elba is looking at that scar and just says, "Oh."
Well, I got a bit unlucky, I suppose. And then Noah I suspect that's where he started to fragment, and thankfully, between his choices of beginning to rampage or acquiescing to their demands, he opted for the latter.
So that's when Noah began to become that half and half begin going to the half and half state he's gone into. He's been at this whole time.
Well, if I were to put a guess to it, probably.
Doesn't make sense. I suppose that would make sense. I mean, he is still a kid, but he is also. Hey, but by this point, this is another character question. But by this point, we are aware that Noah is a denizen of the what is that word called again? The distortion realm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least you'd have a strong strong idea that he was at least not anything that was born here.
Yeah.
With his strange constitutions.
Yeah. He's also somebody that I'm pretty sure wasn't born in the mortal realm. So I guess his conflict didn't just rupture him mentally, but also rupture him physically.
It got worse when I got hungry. Very hungry. Because I couldn't really get the food because Shia got me the food.
And nothing else that they gave you was food to you. Besides the fact that they were feeding you garbage, regular food, you can't digest what we would call regular food, do you?
It's not. Well, I guess not. Then after some point, He's going to cross his arms and like try to think of something, but it's not coming to him very easily. He might be approaching the limits of today's memories.
Verdun will write out, "Take it easy, buddy."
Yeah, don't force yourself. You have gone gone through a lot. You're just starting to remember things that you have forgotten. You don't need to force it.
Verdun will add on to that, processing things takes time.
Hmm.
And we're glad that you feel safe enough to be back.
He's tilting his head very far as he can come to one last conclusion. I am eating something. Something else that I can't see.
Elba tilts his head. Are you talking about something else besides the food that Shia gave you, or are you talking about that?
Something else. Something that I started eating after I was taken away. Something that nobody fed me, but it was everywhere.
Oh,
Magic?
wait.
Life
Were
force?
were you eating negative emotions by any chance?
He shrugs. He has properly no idea.
Hmm.
It could be anything, really. Though
Anything?
given that he was an Ikana, well, I suppose he could try to narrow a few things down if possible.
It could be anything abstract, which I would hazard a guess it would either be negative emotions, aka dark energy, or ghost energy, considering it is Icona.
Verdun writes out, "Why were we living in Icona again?"
We were lit. I set up my base in Icona because it was cheap.
Slow nod.
Because of the whole reconstruction thing, and the guild coming back to Icona, the kingdom was kind of giving giving basically incentives for people to come in, and well, my bases were at a very cheap price, so that's why I set it up in this location. I don't know about the rest of you.
Verdun
I was
writes
just
out, "I
looking
came
for
with the
work.
guild."
Lap is just staring a little bit and just like, how did you survive?
Who is he talking? Who is he saying that to?
He's saying that to Shia because that is really long against her torso, and he hasn't seen doctors around.
Is she going to respond?
She's looking over to Lap, and she said, "I just did." Because maybe the ugly details should not be stated right now.
I am just going to assume that you did it out of sheer willpower and leave it at that. I don't particularly want to know about your scar.
Verdon writes out discussions about scars later, stands up, and then writes out who wants breakfast.
I'd love some.
Yeah.
Noah, would you like? Oh, you already ate. Noah, would you like to put more things into your mouth that you will not be digesting? Boy, do I!
By the way, is he back to normal or is he still in his leaning towards his original state?
Oh, he does seem to have reverted. Perhaps he's not ready to be all the way back just yet.
Makes sense.
Hey, out
Makes
of
sense.
character, this is a very good thing.
Yay.
It is a very good thing.
He's also not having a giant crash while going through it, so that's even better.
Yes.
Because most people
sometimes forgetting is good.
Yeah, I figured going into detail about the scar while he was still there was not ideal.
Mhm.
Yes. Especially since that might he's not great right now. Maybe later.
Let's not give the kid flashbacks.
Yeah, just like, how about we don't?
Let's go to the only road.
How about we do not discuss which organs were outside of my body at that time?
Let's go find the one restaurant in town and have a good time.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
Do 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 do. 'Cause I
Everybody's
don't remember the words.
Everybody's picking up Lab and putting him up top of his head.
Verdant is lacking another set of arms to hold the Vex. Squirrel can go on shoulders.
Yeah.
Please, no more children. I'm running out of places to keep them in my body. I keep carrying them all around like this. It's going to be bad.
He chuckles. I'll keep that in mind.
Verdant shivers. Don't have any more out there. Glances at Pyroclast for a few moments, then looks back forward and starts walking.
Verdant, as you look at Pyroclast, his eyes are glowing the azure color.
Verdant sighs and has to reshuffle the children, then picks up Pyroclast too.
What are you doing?
Gives you a look like, really?
We're
Staring.
starving him.
Verdant presses his head against yours and then makes you meditate, or forces a meditate on you.
Noah, who is what?
Verdant writes out, we'll discuss it later. Calm down.
The eyes will glow more faintly, but they're still glowing a little bit.
Starts walking again. Rage later. Being the responsible ones now.
Elba is following behind Burden as you see carrying the other the other 3 dragons and the Eevee.
As they make their way back to that tavern.
Oh, let's start more rumors.
Well, you're all together, so it's decidedly probably not a date.
Yeah, but Verdon's carrying 4 others on him right now.
What a large family you have. What a large...
There is a non-zero chance that Verdon does not, or there's a non-zero chance that Verdon doesn't have more kids. But
Or perhaps Vex has step siblings.
Verdon or Vex definitely has adopted siblings now, whether he likes it or not. Whether or not he has half siblings,
That is up in the air.
So, Verdant, here's the adoption papers for everyone.
Verdon doesn't need that. He has sticky notes.
Left. Why am I on that one? I'm a grown man.
Verdon's, if he ever says that, I'm a grown man, Verdon is going to write liar on a sticky note and stick it right to his forehead because he's obviously also a teenager.
Yes.
This is the
Also-
equivalent of the 14-year-old going up and going, I want to take it to the rated R movie because I'm a grown man now.
No,
Yes.
you're
Hey, Pyroclast, are you still working in this tavern? By the way, they kind of accidentally hired you a few days ago, didn't they?
They hired him for one day because he wanted to be there.
That was temporary.
I see. I mean, you definitely looked like a proper bartender with that uniform. Not gonna lie.
Pyroclast is gonna have like this look like he doesn't know how to feel about that.
Elva's just smiling.
And
Verdon
for
writes
Verdant,
out, sniff, sniff. They grow up so fast. Sniff, sniff.
for Verdant's information, his eyes are now back to normal after that.
Now he'll be put down.
You're welcome.
Okay. And Pyroclast is just gonna follow now.
We can have a lovely breakfast and not talk about what we just heard. Let Noah recuperate.
Elva nods. Sounds for the best. I mean, me and Burden kind of have another heavy thing we need to talk about later. Anyways, we probably shouldn't be stacking these.
As she orders for Noah, just whatever you have an abundance of.
Speaking of stacks, so many pancakes are needed right now.
Pancake.
They're
Pancakes.
cheap, they're easy, and most places will serve them to you by the dozen with no problem.
By the
Indeed.
tower.
It is up to you all to stop Verdant.
Shia, does this place have hash browns?
Let's see. Diced and fried potatoes? Yes.
Pyroclast is gonna order an entire plate. But Edge is probably gonna force him to get something else along with it.
Just get them loaded. Have them add cheese and bacon and put the eggs right on top, and you're good.
Edge.
Bacon,
Maybe this counts as nutrition now, I guess.
bacon flavor meat root.
Pork meat root is not uncommon.
Bacon.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't know it's not real bacon. Now
Hey,
that's
if you fry it right, you can still get that crispy texture.
I mean, to fair, then it would be real bacon, honestly.
true. That's just a reference to the bacon treats commercial from the 90s. So I don't know if anybody here would catch that.
I think I remember seeing that, but I don't recall too much.
It's bacon. He doesn't know it's not real bacon.
The fool.
Elba is just going to order something mushy because he doesn't have teeth.
Fair enough.
Well, and Aquarelle's just gonna. He has a lot on his mind at the moment, and so he might be more inclined to something that's more meat based.
He would like to indulge a little bit with something he can sink his teeth into.
Yes. If they happen to look a bit sharper than usual, I'll pay it no mind.
The orders are prepared and the table is filled. Curiously though, Noah has let's call it a bucket of salad. He seems pleased regardless.
Bucket of salad.
I would eat a bucket of salad. That sounds like something you could get at the fair and it'd be amazing.
Salad.
Oh, I didn't know we were under the sea. What is this salad?
Is it a type of weed?
Well, first you remove the bun, then you remove the meat, then you remove the cheese.
Thank you, thank you, Era.
Look, I'm a jukebox, and somewhere in there's a bunch of quotes from random shows that were around in the 90s and early 2000s, and I cannot help it.
It's so far we live for it.
Actually, though, I'm pretty sure that that's how you pronounce salad in French. Salad.
Habez-vous salad? I think I just mixed like 3 languages there.
Not unlikely.
Watashi wa baka na America hito suimasen deshita.
Oh my god. Tragically, I understood about 70% of that.
For anybody that wants to know what I just said, it said, I am a stupid American, please excuse me.
Flip her up. Lechuga y tomate.
Genki desu ka? Mata mata.
Okay, we should probably stop speaking in foreign languages right now.
Watashi wa nata wa otoke hanarada.
Someone begin making him squeak again. Someone begin making.
I'm not the squeaky one. Pyroclast is the squeaky one here.
Oh, that's right.
I can do growly voice, but we don't we want Gimund to be able to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't want that.
So everyone tucks in. Noah is halfway buried in his bucket as he devours. He has just climbed onto the table, climbed onto the bucket, tipped over into it, and his hind legs are just sticking out of the rim as as there is the sound of crunching.
In a way, that's absolutely adorable.
You know, I just kind of imagine Bex and Laugh going into a competition of who can eat the most pancakes the fastest. Even though Lap is most definitely going to be the winner, Max still tries.
He can't refuse a challenge.
See, the problem is that Verdant might get involved. Verdant doesn't always chew.
That's the problem. But if Lap is not going to refuse you, funnily enough.
Oh, this poor restaurant better be bringing out those pancakes fast.
Well, if it starts being a competition, yes.
Burton,
Okay.
please control yourself. We don't want to give Chia a tab.
Verdant writes out, "I'm paying."
Oh,
She- She'll chuckle regardless, and I will say, when I said that they brought Noah a bucket, I meant like they brought him a mop bucket full of salad.
That is exactly what I was thinking in my head.
me
Yes,
too.
I was thinking
just-
one of those 10-gallon
just-
buckets you get at the store.
Nom 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 nom.
He is
I just-
slowly being lowered as the contents are being emptied.
And Elba is just eating some puree.
Thank you for the quote.
I'm trying to look for the into my mouth to go one.
But I was licking within 10 minutes also pretty appropriate. And Elba is just
So what are you looking for exactly?
It was the my mouth you go a quote from Noah.
All right. Was that from this game?
I'm not sure.
That sounds like a Noah line.
It does, doesn't it?
Quite decidedly so.
I forgot that he said that.
The fire is afraid.
And I have derailed everything.
You are the shiniest spoon in the knife drawer.
And 104.
Soon we'll have enough to search for 404.
Oh, hey, look, it's Noah's most famous quote.
Ah, yes, that one. The one that everyone should say no to.
Except Burden.
Turns out that that's actually not the worst idea.
It isn't the dumbest thing that Verdant has done.
I mean, admittedly, it was practically akin to finding the Fountain of Youth.
He is only slightly grumpy about that.
Congratulations, you're like 9 years old now.
I see you're saying words, but as a dragon, I choose to ignore them.
No, I could tell you very well what what the dumbest thing Verdant has ever done was his
Oh,
ex-wife.
ah,
Rude.
fair.
I had a feeling that's where, but I had a feeling that's where that was going.
Oh my.
Let's just say that there are definitely going to be refills at this table, and no small amount.
There's a shark there. Must beat up sharks. Oh my god, these quotes are killing me.
Meanwhile, Aquarelle just silently stewing as he just bites into meat root chews silently before biting into another one.
So later on, we're going to have to sit down as the adults and exclude the children and come up with a master list of people that we need to exist from this world. Promptly and very painfully, I think. Thank you, Raijin. That was perfect timing.
As for what she is eating, just an entire platter of grilled cheese.
So she's pulling the Pyroclast with like hash browns.
I was gonna say, oh, so she's a. I decided not to make that joke. But white people do love their cheese. I can say this as a white person.
She is a shiny.
Elva's just eating puree and fruits.
I mean, hey, if everyone is just eating whatever they want, perhaps she'll just have something.
Hooray.
Sometimes you just gotta have food you like. So, by the way, what are we rolling for this little eating contest? Body expertise, integrity.
You understand that Verdant will have 2 reduced difficulties, yes?
Yes.
But yes.
What is the roll?
Body expertise and then integrity.
Ergo, whichever expertise is applicable.
And I forgot
Yeah.
to roll 2 additional dice.
Would force will be a good expertise for this? You think?
Probably
Probably.
Verdant's definitely using it.
Wow.
Okay.
The dice forsake Verdant today.
No, I'm gonna re-roll this.
Okay. The dice forsake many today. All right, hold on. We might have a miracle chain. All right, it didn't last long.
Yeah, still 5.
I'm using the tower.
All right. This is.
All right, I will need 2 more dice.
Okay, I'm also gonna use the tower if you don't mind.
By all means. All
This is-
right. Give me another dice. All right.
Okay, so this is for lap.
All right, I will take 1 additional dice.
Anyone that lap can reroll there?
No, actually.
Ah, fair enough.
Shit. I ignore that.
I might as well also do a roll for Bex, even though he has way fewer dice.
Verdant has gotten 12.
Hmm.
And Lap has 7.
Okay, that's decent. Okay, and this is whatchamacallit for Bex.
So, Verdant is taking a commanding lead, let's call it.
Lol.
Lap is not too far behind, though. And what did Bex ended up rolling?
Give me 1 more dice.
Ah.
He might be showing his Verdant. Alright. Only 4, but...
I mean, with 5 dice, that's actually a good roll, funnily enough.
Oh yeah, it's pretty excellent.
Pyroclast, were you trying too?
Yeah, I got 5.
Ha, Vex is keeping up with you almost.
Edge, this is what you get for having a misbalanced diet.
He says while the rest of the group is just consuming entirely way too many pancakes.
But I like hash browns.
Eat more than just your favorite thing.
I have apple slices occasionally.
Occasionally.
You know, I might not be the reason you're a ghost type.
Out of character, is Pyroclast one of those kids that only eats like 2 or 3 things because he is that absolutely picky?
If it's available, it's his preferred option, and he's been provided his preferred option a whole lot.
He has his little corner. He likes his little corner. Do not introduce new foods to his special little corner.
No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the ejector seat in the corner. We're gonna look and see and bring him to a world of pure good tasting food.
Get ready to eat cow tongue. Get ready to eat.
Ew.
So with the results of the first round of the eating contest, is Burden on the lead lap a bit behind, and then Bex and Pyroclast are toe to toe.
Yep.
Oh, this will be a fun tab to pay.
Shall we do
A
a round?
roll.
Well, you forget that a partner that she doesn't particularly need your money because you went down to the treasure room, which was probably primarily collected by her.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, Verdant.
It's just an inconvenience with the jeweler's tools because she does not have ready replacements.
Verdant's just used to being the one that always has to pay for things. Hint, hint, hint.
Yes. To which she is insisting, "Oh, you really don't have to."
Blink, blink, blink. Head tilt, confused look.
I have my own money and quite a sum of it. You can have yours.
Verdant looks back at the group with that. Is this how this works?
I'm really getting the impression that your former partner gave you many wrong ideas or had antiquated ones of her own.
Elba shrugs. I mean, if I had the money, I would offer to pay, but I usually don't. So
Verdant writes that I'm used to paying for everybody.
You don't have to. Really. I get. I mean, apart from what I get in the dungeons, considering what I put onto those pieces of jewelry, it's fairly lucrative.
Verdant shrugs and says most of my money comes from, and then quotation marks, and incorrectly spelled investments.
Would those investments happen to be a calendar with every eating contest labeled?
Verdant shakes his head no and says, the Porygon Bank has a person that you talk to and you give them money and they make more money happen somehow.
Oh.
I don't understand it. I just nod.
Oh. I didn't know they had that.
One of my old teammates suggested that I make sure to put money into this thing that gives me more money a long time ago, so I just did it every mission that we went on, and then one day it was a lot of money.
Well.
Verdant obviously not understanding anything about banking.
If I needed money, then that sounds like a great thing. Very convenient.
I know.
System burden load internal error.
I guess she is paying this time. Verdant doesn't know how to feel about this.
Elba's just happy because Bex and Laugh can indulge themselves this time around. They usually can't.
The table continues to be filled. As, well, all things considered, there's probably reasons that she runs this place.
Shall we do round 2 of the eating contest?
By all means.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The table is loaded with plates. Noah is also reloaded, and by that I mean they pour another bucket's worth into the bucket without taking Noah out. He has been buried. He has been buried under leafy greens.
This sounds like heaven. Round 2 roll in the tower.
Oh boy. Alright, give me another dice, but just one. Oh no.
Do I need a vigor push? Do I have a bunch of 9s?
You have 2.
Nah, not worth it yet.
However, your 5s count for you also. So
Oh right, I
you're
have the
doing
double
fine.
mastery.
Yes. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11.
Nice.
And for Pyro, well, 3. You might be getting full.
All right, time for lap.
Be right back while
Alright.
the rolls happen.
Oh, interesting.
What's up?
That's 3 1s.
Ooh.
But that is also 2 10s.
Ooh.
Get out of here, 1. That is
No.
4 1s.
Oh no, the tower has betrayed me.
The tower has betrayed. Alright. It's still positive in the end, however.
Ah. How much is it with those ones?
1, if you'd believe it.
Yeah, I'm not in last place.
Lap chokes as he mistook a plate for a pancake.
I am so sorry for that. I am back.
Welcome back.
Did I miss anything in particular?
We're in it.
We're in the middle of an eating contest.
We all decided to go to that tavern to get something to eat. Everyone is gorging themselves, and then an impromptu eating contest started between Pyro, Lap, Vex, and Verdant.
Oh, okay. So something that Squirrel wouldn't have been interested in, anyways.
Yeah. And also, I'm just going to willpower that.
Also, I don't know when exactly you left for sure, because things were just sort of happening. Noah got some of his memories back, was talking about them, and apparently uh Noah's capture was not an easy endeavor, as she was very adamantly standing in their way till something slashed across her, leaving a scar that has remained to this day that is still about 13 inches.
Very oof.
Okay.
And it's
Awesome.
kind of the reason why Noah fragmented. It began fragmenting to
Yes.
his usual state.
He shut down very quickly. But once he
Yeah.
started to return to his what we recognize as normal self, we went off to get food to not think about that for now.
Yes. Noah had two options, one being rampage, and the other was come quietly so that they'd leave her alone. Opted for the latter.
Makes sense.
All right. In other news, Whiskers would like something relatively easy to do tonight. So if anybody would like one of those more meme icons or something, Whiskers would really like a commission for one of those. Line art is a possibility too if the idea is simple. He just needs a little bit of a palette cleanser, so do message me on Discord if you would like one.
Hey, Pyroclast. Hey, Gimund.
Uh-oh.
Aren't you a bunny? I don't have money for that right now. You're lucky I don't.
What about one of those flat icons? Is that available?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I'll get one of those.
Alright. Message me with ref and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't forget to do Vex's roll.
Right, and also I re-roll lap.
Or right the tower.
Mhm. Hey DJ, what is lap's new role?
Sorry. I've been interrupted.
No worries. Yeah, I re-roll lap's last roll.
My
Because what?
goodness. So,
Oh, what?
alright. Well, in that case, he will not be mistaking a plate for a pancake, as I will need 2 additional dice.
Oh, nice.
And there are no ones.
Nice.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god!
Whoa.
He's tying with Burton.
This is
Gotcha.
acceptable for now.
The funny thing is that he's time with burden on the itty bitty's lack of body.
No truant here, ladies and gentlemen. This doesn't count as exercise.
But eggs are sides for bacon.
Ah,
The Marten
So
in me
la-
demands that I clarify that eggs are not sides, they are the main course.
Or bacon.
Yeah, so Lap got 11 as well.
yes, he did.
Okay. And now Bex.
Do it again.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was not about to let the son of Verdun get a 0.
Fair enough. So Bex gets to fair. Okay.
All right. He is barely behind. He remains just barely behind Pyroclast.
Indeed.
One point difference again.
Elba's
Round 3.
yeah. I was gonna say Elba's just observing everybody eating is it's just kind of astounded at Lab actually eating as much as Burden at the moment.
Sooner or later, we're gonna hit the regret stage for a lot of these folks, though.
that is a problem for future them.
Oh no, they're taking after Verdant in all the bad ways. This is future me problem.
This contest is in a dead heat, ladies and gentlemen.
More hash browns.
As he demands hash browns. Oh no.
I feel like that's when and Edge just has enough. Have
It just has enough. It's such shocking Pyroclast himself.
Enough. I'm going to do. I'm going to have to perplex you.
Imagining a sword suplexing Pyroclast is actually very funny in my head.
Whiskers
Oh, there's
did
art
try
of it.
that.
Yeah, it already happened.
oh, I think that might have been the one an era missed.
Yeah, it happened in the Wednesday games. The Wednesday game. Maybe you weren't paying attention at that time.
No, I think that was the game I might have missed.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
I got no sleep.
No, yeah, you're right.
Alrighty. Just time to place this in here then.
Here,
Oh my.
have the round
I feel
3
like
roll.
I feel like I've missed so many Whisker Doodles. If only there was a compilation of them.
I need to get him to put one together.
Yeah.
We just need to give him a website where he just dumps all his art. Just everything.
It's
There's so much. That's great.
Indeed.
Need me to re-roll anything, Enja?
just one dice. However, that's still a significant number. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13.
Damn, 12, 11, and 13. Jeez. All right, let's go lap.
That quote will forever get me.
Also, how did Laparol GG? Did he get pulled away, I imagine?
The funny part about that quote is Toshime just dropped it out of nowhere. And I can still hear it in his voice. And man, it cracks me up every time.
That's wonderful. Did you let somebody else execute you? What?
I feel like we completely skipped over the quote somehow.
I return again. Nothing to re-roll here.
Okay.
All right.
No 10?
No 10s, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Oh. That's actually nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. It makes sense that Lapo is probably actually getting tired by this point.
Oh, that's a quote that I didn't know was in. 141.
Bex.
Oh, give me 2 more dice.
Oh.
Oh, I'm out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. Or sorry, 1, 2, 5 successes.
Nice.
He's getting his stride.
So the question is how much more can people on the table stand other than Verdant?
What an excellent question. I don't know. Pyro, all things considered, is consuming a decent amount, but he seems to have stopped for reason.
I would assume he's at his limit at this point in time.
He demands hash browns and just hash browns.
And then back.
Oh, does he do the classic face plants like right into the plate as it's slid in front of him? He just looks at it and just goes thunk.
Kind of.
Yes.
Because maybe we should stop before somebody else ends up face planting. We technically have to have a very serious discussion with Vex, and if he's unconscious, that's not a good thing.
Vex is looking as rotund as he as he was in the dungeon.
I mean, it's up to Verdant to set the example. I don't think
Is Aquarelle gonna have to help carry people?
Verdant's going to not let this go on another round. Verdant can go for literally hours at this. Let's not have people trying to keep up with him.
Hash browns.
You and your damn potato diet.
Lap probably just seems to be proud of himself that he actually managed to keep up with the bottomless pit that is Burden, even if only a little bit.
I shined, if only for a short time. Final Fantasy death sound.
Elba is picking up Lab and putting him on top of his head.
He rolls off.
Oh no!
He no longer exists in 2 dimensions. He has gained the 3rd.
Oh no, he actually lost his grip. I'm gonna have to actually carry him.
Verdant writes out, just roll him onto his back. It'll be fine.
Elba's gonna attempt that put it Lab on top of him, but on his back.
The question is do cat physics apply?
I wonder. No, they do not.
Then it probably does not work.
Nope, he just lies back down. You went overboard, didn't you?
Yamcha pose.
I don't have to carry you out there, but I guess I will have to today.
Or else someone's stealing your luck.
What look exactly?
Yamcha death pose.
Oh, that one.
Elba is now carrying Lab like he's a plushie on his arms.
Verdant writes out, so serious conversation. We should do that soon-ish, yes?
Yes. Maybe we should head back to Shia's house then. Probably should have happened in the middle of the restaurant.
Nods. We'll gather the children.
Pretty sure a crowd is formed at this point.
If a crowd has formed, Verdant's not going to be able to stop himself from holding up a sign that says, I can come back later and show you how much I can really eat. And then gather up the children.
The crowd seems intrigued, as not many things like this happen in Unever usually.
We are the most interesting thing that has happened to this town for a while.
Correct.
Hash browns.
With his with Pyro's dying breath, he scrawls hash browns in oil on the table.
But what does
Okay,
it
so-
mean?
And why is it pink?
Okay, so we're going to make sure to put Pyroclast immediately in bed so he can have his little food coma.
Edge just asks, anyone got vodka?
Verdant looks away.
I mean, if this man's going to subsist on potatoes, he might as well drink them too.
Verdant writes out later. So back to the house, everybody. Hey, Squirrel, you get to ride on Verdant's shoulders.
Hooray!
Hey, you found it, Gimund.
He's got a
The
vex-
one I skipped. Gosh dang it.
Noah needs to be removed from the mop bucket.
Verdant's got a Noah and a Vex in one arm. He's got a Pyroclast in the other, and he's got a Squirrel on his shoulders.
And Pyroclast suddenly feels like 2 to 3 pounds heavier. Not that Verdant would probably notice.
Considering Verdant's size and eating habits, 2 to 3 pounds is like a snack. You're a snack, Pyroclast. How does that make you feel?
You got something in your pockets there? No, that's just me.
Pyro needs to get himself a bunny icon at this rate.
He did volunteer the other day when I was teasing everybody in the voice chat.
A bunny icon?
Oh yeah, that's another one of the meme icons that we've been that Whiskers has been doing. Bunny and wolf.
Okay.
It's from something Guild Wars related, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't even know the context. I was just handed a wolf
Get back
icon,
to
so
the
I
Guild
came in and
Wars.
growled.
So basically, there's a mission where you get turned into a rabbit and you're supposed to rely on your allies to support you instead of, trying to do everything yourself. Thus, bunny. And,
Which does not pan out, I suspect.
well, let's just say Rex has a particular interest in, things that bunnies typically are very useful for.
Oh dear.
So, of course, I had to tease him a whole bunch about that.
Mm.
Thumbs up.
And it spread like wildfire.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Enja.
What is up?
I am going to be doing a tip drive where the goal is if I complete the tip drive, I'm going to play Dokapon Kingdom, so I'm making you play it with me.
Oh my god.
Just
Why?
a side note. But back to game. It's not a low amount, Chad. I'm gonna. This is trying to fund my last tattoo session.
Thumbs up. I guess this is gonna happen.
Oh, what?
Oh, we're going back to Shia's house.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
And putting Pyroclast immediately in bed.
The Vex is still stuffed like a bag of flour, but he remains loose this time. He won't get pranked again. Not that easily.
Squirrel,
Yes.
you get handed a note.
Uh-oh. Squirrel will read this note.
It says, "Hey, Squirrel, difficult conversation coming up. Turns out Vex is my biological child that got taken by my ex-wife from a long time ago. Maybe you should go outside and train while we have this difficult conversation, and then I can give you a hug later." Smiley face. Anxiety writing.
Squirrel will, go outside and trade.
Aquarelle will go outside and train with him.
Can I get some apple slices with that?
Pulls the blanket over Pyroclast's head, shuts the door. Eyes the sword for a moment, sets the bottle of vodka next to the sword, because I'm pretty sure the sword needs it more than Pyroclast does.
I'll find some way to drink this.
Thumbs up, note, or a flashcard pops up. Then
I mean-
noodles a mouth on a sticky note and sticks it to the sword.
I mean, there has to be a way for you to read. Isn't there?
According to Pokemon Ami, there is.
About to say, wouldn't he just stick his handle into the bottle? Because that's how he consumes anyways. Wouldn't that just somehow work because Pokemon logic?
I guess.
I've
put
just
the
been
I
He's
have
been
not heard
roll-
the question marks. But
I've just been ruling it as he doesn't eat, but shrinking, I don't know.
I like the idea that there's a sword that's got its handle stuck into a bottle of vodka. Looking drunk. This makes me happy, and I don't know why.
just stop looking at me. Get out of here. Drunk Edge. Get out of my house. I'll swing at you. I'll miss though. I guarantee it. Then I'll take
I'll
another
miss.
swing at you.
You see, this is Pyroclast's morning problem. A hungover Edge. You're welcome.
Oh, that's gonna be fun to deal with.
I'll take a swing at you. I promise I'll miss though.
Every move you make, every swing I take, I'll be missing you.
Oh,
Can't you
delightful.
see? 'Cause I sure as hell can't.
I had a dream that I was swinging at something. I missed. I hit something. It wasn't what I was going for, so I guess I missed.
Oh, that's a good point. Writing is making. This was supposed to be our breakfast, and Eddie's already getting drunk.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock.
Look, sometimes you just need to have a morning cocktail or two. I actually prefer being day drunk because then suddenly you're sober halfway through the day and it's still the rest of the day.
Fair. Okay, so Elva is going to like just sit down somewhere and just stare. Not entirely sure how to even begin this entire thing.
She is going to wonder if she should also excuse herself, but she is also fairly emotionally mature, so she might be helpful.
Is she doing the thing where she goes and pretends to cook in the kitchen or something, like stirring an empty bowl?
She can probably find something to do. After all, there's no way that Verdant is full. This much she knows.
I mean, Verdant might be if he stopped cheating.
He will never reveal the secret, however.
No, sooner or later he's gonna have to tell Vex, though.
Indeed. Okay. Where do we even begin here?
Verdant sighs, puts down the pens and the notebooks, and then boops Vex on the nose. And then touches his own nose and waits for Vex to follow suit.
He will reach up for Verdant's nose.
Verdant will lean down.
He can now reach Verdant's nose. Tapping it, he taps his own nose. And then starts the question.
Elba's gonna sit right next to Burden and looking straight at Vex. He's remaining silent for now.
And then Vernon will let out a heavy sigh and be like, I think I'm your biological father.
What's that second to last word?
Biological.
Okay.
Ha. I actually coughed there. I'm sorry.
So, what? This has no idea what biological means.
Biological means. Let me see how exactly do I explain it.
Okay, Elva, define biological.
Yeah, one moment.
I almost said Google there just to have Google go off.
Yeah. Well, Bex, you know how a mother and a father have babies. When a mother and a father have a baby, that baby is
Yeah, Matt tried to tell me about this, and then you stopped him really fast.
Yeah. When a mother and a father have a baby, that baby is biological to them. This from their same family. Does that make sense? It means you share it means you share genetics with them. That's probably another word that you don't know. It means you share. Damn it! Why am I having so much trouble defining this word?
Verdant will write out it and then show it only to Elva because he's not sure if this is the correct way to say it or not, but he'll write out, "This means that I made you."
Elba chuckles a bit. Yeah, that's almost it. It means, well, when it
Do I have a warranty?
no, not like that. You're not a construct.
Deep confusion. I made you. You don't have warranty. I spare parts? Am I spare?
X, you're not a robot. X, you're not a robot. You are made out of flesh.
Lap!
Vernon holds up
Lap,
a
you
claw.
lied! Again! Why do I keep trusting you?
Verdant just looks at Elva for that one. Like, really?
Elvis looking back at Burden. He has. I. I. I have just been made aware that La has been doing this kind of thing behind my back.
Verdant shrugs and looks back to Vex, clears his throat.
Would you have expected any less from him?
No.
Little shit. Besides point, can you remember your earliest your earliest memories?
Can you remember stuff from before I found you in that dungeon? I know this is not something we talked about too often, but that's the question we're asking right now.
Just one thing, and it's not a lot.
I don't want to do the voice the whole time, so
Yeah, no, don't. You'll kill yourself.
Yeah.
uh
What do you
tell us.
remember?
Before I stopped remembering things for a while, I let's see. There was sitting and then waiting and waiting, and then I had to go and hide because the thing was there and I think it was gonna beat me up. And then a weird person came by and
And
uh what happened?
also a weird
Oh yeah.
person.
And then I and then I and then I he's pausing a bit. Uh what did I It looks like he's checking his palm for something.
Elba's gonna tilt his head for a moment and then go and then move his head to look at Bex's palm. Are
He's
you?
curling his hand a little and then says like, "Oh yeah. Uh they asked if I wanted to be found, but they wanted the pokey that I had picked up."
Elba tilts his head.
Out of character Fey behavior, damn.
Elba tilts his head. Do you remember who this weird creature was, or what it looked like?
No, not really.
Verdant writes out, do you have any memories from before that?
Mm. Yay. Kind of.
Do you want to tell us?
Okay. Let's see. The shapes were big, and I'm pretty sure that it was sunny because it was white. And I think they were being loud at each other.
Verdant draws out vague representations of him and his ex-wife.
Kind of. Maybe? As he seems to be scrutinizing it intently.
Verdant is going to draw out an image of a Walren. Whaleren? How do you pronounce that?
Walrein?
Thank you. Yes. With little glasses on him.
Oh, what's that?
Verdant writes out, do you recognize this guy?
Maybe? As he'll like try and squint and make it blurry. As the blur may be more recognizable than a hard, clear image.
Are we talking about the ultimate evolution of Sphere, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think I know that smudge.
Can you remember anybody else that was around?
Hmm. Where is that? Where is that one that felt like sandpaper?
Sandpaper.
I remember touching one of those blurs and I didn't like it on my hand, so I stopped. I think they were a dark color.
I doodle a pompous looking Lux Ray and then head tilt.
Maybe. Did they zap my hand or were they coarse?
Verdant will erase it and then draw another one with his nose stuck way up in the air and then smear it a little bit.
That's the smear I know. That's the
Verdant rolls his eyes.
Of course he would shock a baby's hand.
Elba is closing his eyes and nodding. So let me guess. He's describing the members of your former thing, isn't he?
Verdant nods. And then he'll draw out the last member of his team, a Mudsdale, and then smear the whole paper, add himself on, and write out Team Victory in capital letters.
With all the smudges side by side, it looks like the desperate flailings of someone who is dying, but he seems to recognize. Yes, I think this is them. It looks like a smudgy disaster, but he seems more confident than ever before.
Verdant shrugs and then goes, "Yeah, I'm your dad. This was my old team."
What happened to them?
Verdant points at his throat and goes, "We had an falling out because of this." So, remember when you ran ahead and we got very mad?
Yes.
Vernon says, "Yeah, I used to do that a lot."
If I remember correctly, you did. I do remember just you telling us that the way that you got that scar was exactly because of that. That you went ahead before your team and something ended up scarring you very badly.
So I'm gonna turn into you in the future?
Verdon shakes his head and writes out, "Absolutely not, you won't."
Why not?
Vernon
Seems
says,
like such a good idea, though. Seems like such a good idea.
"My team kicked me out. Your mom left with you. No team would take me in because I put other people in danger constantly. Because I would always charge in ahead thinking we'd be fine. And others got hurt. A lot."
So and you also got pretty hurt yourself, and that is what I don't want to happen to you, Bex. You made me be incredibly worried when you just run ahead by yourself like that.
And the thing is that you don't just endanger yourself, you endanger your team who are going to panic and try to follow you. And if they're panicking and trying to get to where you are, they're not paying attention and more likely to get hurt. And sooner or later, people get tired of it. And then they leave you in a dungeon where you almost die, chained to a table by very bad people, trying to burn your way out until you hurt yourself and pass out and wake up in the hospital several months later, finding out that they basically had to run 3 or 4 recon missions just to drag you out.
He doesn't look like he completely understands, but is getting the tone.
Verdant wavers. Important part is your mom walked out the door with you many years ago.
Elva nods, just looking somber.
He looks over to Elva.
Elva looks back at Bex. Yes?
But that's my mom. But that's
Elva blinks. Elva blinks.
Well met, kid.
Lap looks like he is choking. And then manages to eke out in as much seriousness as he can possibly manage. Why is he your mom? Only a mom can fret that much, according to Lap.
Elva's just frozen.
Verdant starts to doodle Elva in one of those mom dresses from like every 90s cartoon with the apron and everything.
Funnily enough, I don't think Elva would look bad on one of those, honestly.
So Vex looks over to Lap again and says, "Like, is this another one of those times where you'd say you could die happy? Maybe, kid."
Elva's going to give a bit of a long sigh and just say, "Lap, why are you making this more complicated than it needs to be?"
I live for this shit.
Ah, I know. You jokester, you. I love the two of you, you know? The two
We
of you
love
make...
you too. We love you too, Mom.
Elva's just going to... What you may call it? Just made a very big smile.
Watch
Oh,
it.
no.
That smile
They've
carries
acclimated already.
menacing.
Question is any of this even sinking in for Vex?
Lap, you and I are going to have a very long talk later.
It is sinking in, but he doesn't know why this is important.
Yeah, Verdant doesn't know where to go from here. The kid.
Well, Bex, there is... You know that I have... Ever since I found you, I have been trying to find your real parents. I have talked with you about this before, haven't I?
Well, yeah, but like, why did you find me and not them?
Because they weren't looking for you.
Verdant
Okay, they
says,
lost.
I thought you were with your mother who took you.
Well, then she is bad at keeping a baby.
Elba nods. Very, very bad. Very, so incredibly bad.
So
And
I will lose her.
I mean, she has. She has already lost you, and apparently, we found your actual father. Honestly, I never knew how it was going to be like when if I ever managed to find your actual parents, and I could have never have imagined it would be like this. Not going to lie, but yeah, I guess Burden is your father.
Vex, I am
But
your
you
father.
don't want me to be like you. Impossibly huge and drinking every day.
Vernon Wright says, I don't drink every day.
Oh, you don't?
He shakes his head no.
That's unhealthy. Everyone needs water.
Facepalm.
Elva's actually laughing at that. I think he just joked you.
Verdon just rolls his eyes and he goes, yeah, my child.
You got me at my lowest point. I'm swinging back. I'm swinging.
Verdon says, that's not your lowest point, then nudges him onto his back and goes, this is.
God. God, where's that Whiskers art? You would break me at my lowest point. I think there was one before.
Yes, there was.
There was. I kind of want to see it again. I loved it.
I'm not sure which one you're referring to, and Whiskers doesn't send me everything that he doodles.
I might have it. Let me look.
Okay.
Let me see what I got here.
I should have asked for it when it was drawn. I think it was like 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Dang.
Let's check the fan art section.
It wouldn't be in there.
Dang.
Oh well. At least we know it happened. I mean, if nothing else, I could try and I could go back in the recording and try and check a screenshot of it later.
What was it exactly that you guys are referring to?
When we it was like at the tail end of the session where we just got out of the dungeon, and Bex was like really round, and Burden made a dad joke to him.
Hi, stuffed. I'm dad.
Yes, dad.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
To which I added the quote, "You would prank me at my lowest point."
Oh, that.
Squeakers.
Yeah,
And then Verdon's literally going to
X
write
may
this.
remember that.
Yeah, so Verdon's going to go back to writing. He's going to write out, I don't know why, but that was way easier than I was expecting it to be. Is that it? Was that a difficult conversation just done?
I mean, what were you thinking would happen? Did you want me to resent you?
Verdon writes out, no, I just expected this to be emotional or something.
You told me yesterday as a pun, and then I passed out. I had time to process feelings when I sleep.
I don't know if that was processing feelings. I'm pretty sure you're just processing food.
I can process a lot of things. I'm awesome.
Verdant
are-
writes.
I'm-
Verdant writes out. Well, no, he's not going to make that joke. He's not going to be that mean.
Bex is Bex.
If nothing else, if the kid's got your confidence.
I mean, I guess he definitely is your son. He got that. He seems to have at least got. He seems to have at least got. Wait, what?
Kid's got that moxie, dude.
I think he definitely got it though.
Verdant sits down, really quickly writes out a list. Ego, slight anger, problems in the face of people that should probably get their butts kicked anyways, but this is fine. It's not your job always. Unattentive in the wrong moments of time. Bad habit of rushing ahead. If he's anything from like his mother, he's very loud at the worst times.
Food is a personality trait.
Will eat the everything always forever. Maybe a psychic type too, surprise. Just this big lust of here's all the bad things, and then just hand it to Elva.
Elba's just reading through the list and just says, and he's just like, he's reading one and nodding, and then reading another and then nodding, and then he's just nods to everything, even to the part where he's loud. No, yeah, all of this checks out. I've been with him for a few years. I know all of this. This is definitely him.
Verdant writes out, well, if he ends up being able to eat dinner, I might steal him for dinner, as well as Squirrel and Noah, and go do family things, because apparently I'm adopting everybody.
I mean,
Oh boy, I'm gonna get two moms.
Verdant blinks.
Elba blinks. No. He is your father, Bex. Please
I
don't.
don't think that's what he's referring to.
He points to the kitchen,
Oh.
then points at Elva.
Elba just looks dejected. Okay. Eva honestly doesn't know how to respond to this.
Verdant writes out, hi, mom, I'm dad.
Stun lock Elva.
Well, I being his legal guardian for this entire time. I guess being Kalamam isn't all that bad. I need to have a long talk. I need to have a long talk with Glap later. Also,
Pick
Bex,
them. Go ahead.
Also, Bex, you should probably stop listening to everything Lab tells you, or at least come to me to confirm it.
But why would he tell lies? What is the point of this?
Verdant's just gonna pick up Vex, write out really quickly to make a fool of you,
Bastard.
and then look at Elva and be like, do you want to have that talk with him now?
I'm gonna set the floor on fire with him in it.
Maybe you should have that talk now.
Elba is going to nod.
I'm going to bring this one outside.
Yeah. Actually, though, I do want to have this talk with that, but I think I think I might have to do it next session because I'm starting to get sleepy.
Fair enough. Rest well.
Yeah.
This was the conundrum of the two adults that are like, "Oh God, how are you going to handle this?" And we tell the kid, and the kid's like, "Yeah." And
Well, before you go, we have fan art from Raijin.
Oh.
oh no,
Oh my god.
Aw.
I didn't realize that Elva had a figure.
He doesn't.
He gained one.
Well, you see, he's a blob, so it's just the apron.
Oh, it's
you know.
constrictive around the middle.
Yeah.
That displaces him.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically gave him a dent earlier. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I have to say. That's what happened when Burden just flopped the breastplate of his armor on top of Elba.
Congratulations, you
Yeah.
now have the hourglass body shape.
for as long as the indent remains.
Indeed. Oh God. Thank you, Raiden. This is great.
So, question. Do we want to handle Drunk Edge right now?
That's a next session problem.
Next session's gonna have a lot of problems. Hey, Squirrel, you're a big brother.
Is
Noah,
he?
What am I then?
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't he already technically that with me?
Your big brother again.
And what were you gonna say, Squirrel?
I was just gonna say, like, is he? I mean, technically, squirrels only existed in this world for like a week.
Noah. Oh, you mitosis again, Verdant? You mitosis.
Verdant
Again?
blinks and writes out, "I've done it before."
Points at Pyroclast.
Verdant writes out, "I don't think that one's mine."
He isn't. He's another human Pokemon.
Slowly points at Squirrel.
Adopted.
Points at his tail, but it's almost ready to split off.
Verdant writes out, "Children do not come from mitosis." Noah.
Eyes slowly drift apart.
We'll discuss that later because apparently we have to tell a lot of people how that works.
Are you sure you want to tell Noah?
Do I want to? No. But should we probably explain that to him just in case because he is kind of suggestible? Maybe when he's a little bit more coherent.
Maybe, yeah.
Noah, next after talk. Next time I stab someone, I will be sure to say with affection.
Aquarelle size.
I thought you were supposed to say lovingly yours.
Well, I'm not ready for those words.
Fair. I think that's end session, huh?
Yep, I think we're done.
Oh, Whiskers emo. Whiskers
Whoa.
doodle.
Bone.
Bone and jello.
So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Lost in Chaos Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. You guys keep this channel alive and going. I could not do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, or you can also help out by subscribing to us on YouTube and on Streamloots. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Later, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, I'm ahead to bed.